No, I don't fuck all of them.
Okay, not the pretty ones.
Just not pretty, just the little one.
Not that one, not that fucking one. It's like
It's nice, isn't it? It's like behind the scenes. It's like before the curtains. Marty Boosh used to have a really funny bit.
Yeah.
Before the curtain bit.
Oh, I'll close that off. Oh no!
All right, I'll roll the intro.
I thought I just closed everything down there.
Hello, welcome everybody. Hey. Welcome to the Ideal Home Show, episode 164.
Greetings.
The sound works. We believe the sound works this week.
Yes, they're saying in chat that he hears voices.
Yeah, they could.
I don't know if he's talking about the show or he's just a bit mental. But
could be a thing. Welcome to the show. On tonight's show, we will be, in a very detailed way, taking apart the week's vaping news. There'll be Travava, there'll be some squonking, there's a little bit of stuff later on from what I've read, and there'll be a mod showcase, all kinds of crazy stuff. And more.
All the good gear.
Magic.
So, let's get stuck into it. James, how have the last 2 weeks been? What are you vaping on? What are you drinking? What did you have for lunch? What brand of detergent do you use in your washing machine? And why?
Alrighty then. Alrighty. Good questions. Fortnight, 2 weeks. 2 weeks have been brill, absolutely brill. It was good. It was good being off last week. It's like having
really
a nice.
Good not doing the show. It
isn't it? I know. I love doing the show. I absolutely love doing the show. But it's like I haven't got to do the show. I haven't got because work goes into the show, and it's like it's a lot of get this shambles on the go. It is work. So yeah, it was brilliant. I've had a couple of weeks off, and I've done loads of stuff. I've been to parties. I've been to kids' parties. I've been to weddings. I went to Dan Muddett's wedding last weekend. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, I saw that picture.
Congrats,
congratulations to you, Dan. By the way, if you're watching,
congrats, Dan and Rachel. They're in Tenerife at the minute. They probably won't be watching. They're on their honeymoon, and that was brilliant. That was really, really great. I had a lovely time. It was posh. It was proper posh. It was. I mean. There's posh, and this was proper posh. It was lush, absolutely lush. So I wanted to say thank you to Ernie and Jenny, and also to Craig, who really helped on that weekend. Thank you very much. I won't embarrass you with who, what, why, and when. But it was brilliant. Congratulations, Dan and Rachel. It was a brilliant weekend. So I've been doing that. I've been to kids' parties. That's been traumatic, to be honest with you. I went to a kids' bowling party. Have you ever been to a kids' bowling party?
Yeah.
Is your kid old enough to hold the ball?
Well, they have the ramps. They have the ramps. You down the ramp, and then they got the rails up on the side. But the thing is about bowling. There's a small amount of bowling and a lot of not bowling. You're just waiting for other people to play, and So there was it wasn't awesome. It wasn't awesome. And apparently, allegedly, it's inappropriate to give a 5-year-old girl the bumps. I didn't know that. That's because
not in the face.
I'm joking. I am joking, of course. It was traumatic. So that was good. I've been watching some telly. I've been watching Punisher, season 2 of Punisher. That's superb. Anybody watching season 2 of Punisher?
After that,
I'm still halfway through the first season, actually.
Oh, it's as good as the first season.
After that, Titans, James.
I've been watching Titans. Yeah, I've been watching Titans.
I did start with Titans. I will get back to
the nasty bastard, isn't he?
Which one?
Robin.
Which one?
Well, Dick Grayson.
Dick Grayson, yeah, he's
Isn't that
changed.
Robin? That's Robin, isn't it?
There's 2 Robins in the show, though, isn't there?
I don't know. I've only watched.
La
I'm
la
spoiling
la
myself.
la 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 la.
Accidentally spoiled.
Okay, so I've been watching. Punisher. I've been watching Luther after your recommendation.
I watched all that.
Rich. That's awesome. But I'm only watching that on a Tuesday. I'm watching that with my brother on a Tuesday when he comes around for a few beers. And I watched last night. I watched on Netflix. I watched the Adam Sandler live stand-up thing. That was brilliant. I thought I'd mention it today because it was so good. It's like Adam Sandler doing little bits of stand-up, singing stupid songs. And I'm not a super Adam Sandler fan, but I really probably made us laugh.
He's a bit underrated. Back in the day, was he got onto movies somehow, didn't he? And that was because he was quite a prolific stand-up at one point.
He did. I mean, he was Saturday Night Live when he was one of the early-ish Saturday Night Live people. My wife thinks that there's a bit of a conspiracy against him. That there's a band of people all voting his films. He just mentioned he mentions Rotten Tomatoes in one of the songs.
Well, a lot of his films are really bad.
I did catch it. I caught myself watching one last weekend, actually. They had the Zohan one on again.
Yeah. That's one of the many really bad ones.
I love it.
His movie career was at its peak.
That and Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore.
Oh, yeah. That and Happy Gilmore.
You see, that is fundamentally what's gone wrong. Because Waterboy and Happy Gilmore, he had people above him telling him which bits were crap. And then when he was all 100% his production company, no one could tell him anything. And
yeah, 100%.
I think those 3 films are great: Happy Gilmore, Waterboy, and Lohan.
Yeah.
And a few more. He is.
Big Daddy. That is
Big Daddy, another good one.
Top film.
But the stand-up is good. And like I say, it's not really stand-up. It's him singing these ridiculous songs, but it's quite personal. He sings songs about his wife and his friends and his family and things like that. And it's dead good. And I would definitely advise people to watch it. It's only an hour long. So that's me, Telly. Dan's win. Blah 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 blah. Oh, I also want to see congratulations to Dean and the UPS people for the amount of money that they raised last week. I wasn't here last week to mention that. Just wanted to mention that as well. So to Dean and UPS. Yeah,
Dean did a good job there.
Did an absolutely bang up job for Chris's funeral. So that's that. Oh, and what else I want to say? I want to get these bits out of the way. Frambosa, come on to Just and Nick tomorrow or something like that. There's no John. He would have said it, and I thought, well, I'll see it. John, I've got my thing up. Is that the right way or is that back to front?
Back to front.
Awesome. So I've got
it's live in stores now.
Is it available now?
I think I saw one of his annoying spam posts.
I don't know. I go, oh, there it is. There. Anyway, let's move on. I'm just right. Okay.
Because he hates all the juices, doesn't he? Like, he secretly hates all the juices. So I remember him saying, "Oh, see if more people buy this horrible crap."
Yeah. He did mention something about the raspberries tasting like dog. I can't remember what it was. It was
Because he only vapes Dark Star, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's exactly what he does. He vapes a lot of that red something or other. It's called.
They've got one that's cheap shit strawberry. And
he loves it. He absolutely loves it. And the thing is, he goes, it's 50 milligram, and it's not filigree. He's been zero Nick for 2 years. And we've just been waiting for him not to be on the show because he's on every week, and isn't he on every week?
Seems like it.
Every all these news. Anyway, what am I vaping? I am vaping on the E7 Sunbox with a Viper on top and a whistle on top of there, and in there is Tobacco Crunch. I have also vaping on the Lucas, and in there is speaking some of that stuff that John doesn't like. So I've got some original Nota from Watch My Face, Canadian vape place. Viper
Hayes Town.
That's it. Here's town. Hashtag FU Toby. In the Lucas with the Viper, blah 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 blah, lovely, and I've got the Saver on me vaping, watching my face, the EH Pro 101 with a Slim on top of that, and in there is some Turk, which is nice.
I keep meaning to get I've got to buy some 350s so I can use my 101 with the saver as well. That's the setup I want to get going.
I haven't had much vape mail recently, but I've got some 350s through the post this week. I got some from some Nobs, some Ecolux 350s.
I've got some of Torchy's waiting for me at work.
Beautiful.
Is the vape cells the one to get, isn't it?
Or the 10 amp 1200 more, is that the job? Yeah. There's a few. I think there's a few re-wraps on the go, but they're all, as long as you got the 10 amps 1200 more, they're the best ones I think you can get. So that's what I'm vaping on there. I am drinking on cheaply Carlsberg, but I've got a Amstel coming up next. And what washing up detergent am I using? That's well, I don't. With Fairy, my wife likes Fairy, but when we bought the washing machine, they were like, send away for a year's free Ariel. I said, we've got Ariel pods. They're not being used. They're on standby. The Fairy's being used at the minute. The Ariel pods will come out next. I don't know. I kind of comment on whether they're good. I know you kind of. What are people Tide pods? People smoking them.
Yeah,
you kind of smoke them. They're a liquid. I don't know how people are smoking these Tide pods, injecting them into the veins or whatever.
I saw a program once on a woman in America that would secretly eat washing powder. She ate fucking loads of it. She was down there munching on washing powder all the time.
Yeah, cleans you out.
Yeah, so it was a mental condition.
Don't try this at home, kids.
No.
And also turn off if you're a kid.
That's probably a good point. So that's me, isn't it? That's me. I think I'm all done there. Let's go over to Brad. Let's go over to Brad.
Hello, darling.
And let's ask you them same sort of questions. Not exactly the same questions. Okay. My lunch. I had a sandwich for my lunch. It was chicken and pesto. Brad, I could see right up your nose from here.
It's big enough.
What are you vaping on? What are you drinking on? How's your week been? What did you have? What was the last thing that you ate? What was just the last? Because I know you might have. Because sometimes you're a working guy and you're lunch on the go. Like, I'm a lunch on the go. Oh,
There's always time for food, mate. Always.
I just nip into Pret-a-Manger. I've been nipping to Pret-a-Manger and get I mange on this and I mange on that. What was the last thing?
I thought it was Pret-a-Manger. I thought it was a religious thing.
A lot of them are shutting down, aren't they?
Oh, I don't.
Are they?
Yeah, they're closing 50% of their stores.
Oh.
It's because the sandwiches are £6.
Yeah, expensive for lunch.
The city folk are going to go hungry.
Yeah, mange.
They went for that classic business approach of, if you're struggling, put the prices up.
Yeah, it attract a better clientele. And I've got a question for you. Right, it's a little bit of a tricky one. I thought of this earlier in the week. I was like, this is a good question. I'm going to save this up. Right. If someone, and it's ideal for you, Brad, because you're a youngster, Brad. If someone was to offer you like the same quality of life that you've got now, so promise you that you won't die. I mean, you could die if you were stupid and you ran in front of a truck or something like that. But essentially, you wouldn't catch any diseases, you wouldn't catch any illnesses. Your body wouldn't deteriorate in any sort of way, shape, or form. If somebody could offer you that, but the caveat is you're going to die on a specific date, on a specific birthday. What birthday would you be willing to trade, like a good quality of life, for? How old would you be? That's not the best way to explain it.
I get what you're saying, basically. Guaranteed death day or roll the dice could be tomorrow, could be 100.
Yeah.
But live with health.
Yeah. Oh yes. Roll
Health, spirit until a certain age and then die.
So be immortal, but for a specific period.
Immortal, in essence. Like I say, you could, if you were to run in front of a truck or a train or something like that. But if you were to fall over, you wouldn't break a bone.
It's not a superpower.
It's not a superpower, absolutely. But you've then got to die. You then die on that specific birthday. So how old would you? What would you say? 50? Would you say 100? Would you say?
Okay, cool. Thank you. I have had an interesting week. I spent all day Monday in the hospital again with my daughter because she had gas. How do you say this?
Gastroenteritis.
She had gas.
That's the one. Yeah, basically she had gas. Lots and lots of gas.
Did you try the drops?
The drops.
There's some drops you can get for that.
Oh, not for a 9-month-old.
Yeah. You just.
The only thing we were allowed to do was force feed her this like hydration fluid every 5 minutes for hours and hours and hours, which she hated and she now hates me for, to keep her hydrated. And they just monitored her for a day. But she is on the mend.
Good.
So very, very happy about that. I am drinking 2 beers. Well, I'm busy drinking one. I don't know if I've shown my new glassware yet. From South Africa sent me these, and each one has a different sort of print on it. So this one is to the skulls of our enemies, which I thought was quite cute.
They started drinking from glasses in South Africa, have they?
So a brand new revelation, just hit the market actually. And in that, I currently have a classic.
The classic.
We like that.
And when that's done in about 30 seconds, I'm going to be putting in some jet black heart.
Oh, I haven't had that. Is that a stout?
It's dark, It's dark, isn't it?
It's a nitro vanilla milk stout.
Ooh.
Keen to give that one a go. And I am still vaping on the VG mod with the fluid RDA and I don't know if you can see that there, a whistle tip.
Nice.
And in here, I've got the very yummy dandelion and burdock.
I haven't tried that one yet.
Yeah. It's really nice.
Is it all day?
They're
easy.
Better at lower wattages.
Yeah, well, I think this is currently 1 ohm, so I don't know. Someone else can do the math on what the wattage is, because right now I've turned my brain off.
That's not a lot. 15, 20 watts, is it?
About 17.3, something like that.
You're on a regulated device?
No, it's a Mac.
Isn't that large for a Mac?
It is quite chunky.
That's an unregulated. I bet it's got a board in it.
Yeah, it's got a little switch fit.
Got a FET in there, innit? Got a FET.
But it's a Mac.
It's not a Mac. It's an unregulated.
If it doesn't have a display, which tells me a number, it's Mac.
No. You are mistaken.
See, I'm not mistaken. I'm just choosing my words in a manner that will elevate some people's blood pressure.
Okay. I'll calm down.
And I am still using this little fellow from Richard.
Me too.
And I did see in chat that, not in chat, in the group, that someone else has actually recently bought this on your recommendation for their wife.
Yes, always a worry when that happens. It's really tricky getting the old her indoors off the cigs, but it's as good a thing as you could try as any.
It works wonderfully. I still use that. I probably use that more during the day than this. When I leave the house, just because this is so bulky, I take that little thing with. And when I see people in the street, not normal everyday people, but IMEs and vapors, they all expect me to have this or some other elitist mod. And I pull out that and they're like, what the fuck has gone wrong? But it does the job.
You've just burst our bubble there, Brad.
It's quite all right. I like keeping people on their toes. For lunch, what the hell did I have for lunch? My wife, it was my mother's birthday on Monday while we were all in the hospital. This is going to look very strange, but my wife baked a cake. So for lunch today, I had a slice of cake. And it was quite a manly slice, but I want to show everyone how awesome my wife's cooking is.
Oh, she got the design eye on the Smarties there.
Yeah, it's literally coated in Smarties. So I'm now like 13% more diabetic than I was.
It's quite impressive because surely that chocolate's going to melt. Like it's going to get hard again.
What's going to
Like
get
it's a chocolate top and you've put the Smarties on neatly, but the chocolate's slowly setting, isn't it? So you're against the clock.
No, that's icing.
Oh, is it just chocolate icing?
Yeah, chocolate icing, and then
it'd be all right if it's set though.
I think it'll probably be good.
Right there, judging me for having revealed her cake to the world. I think I might be in trouble.
It's a lovely cake. It's a lovely cake.
Yeah, Natalie, we like that. It's all right.
So I had a giant slice of cake for lunch. And I have completely blanked on what the question was, James.
The life.
Yeah, the thing, man.
Oh, that's dead easy. That's dead easy. I want, if quality of life does not deteriorate, I would go for live forever. But then you've got the super bleak sort of outlook of everyone you know is going to die around you. So I would go through that just so that I could be the only person to live to 200. So I would say I would want to die in 2186. So I was 201.
Yeah, that's too old. You're not allowed. So you've spoiled your chances there. You spoiled your chances.
Well, you've overcooked it. If you said that to the man offering it, he'd say, you had your chance, you've taken the piss.
You greedy bastard.
It has to be within a normal life.
Yeah, 85.
Oh, okay.
I'd say
85, I'll roll the die.
85, I'll be happy.
No, back that I want 101. I want to see
to roll the dice then.
I'm quite ready to go now, to be honest.
Yeah, next week, because I've got some ironing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, just before washing day, thanks.
Very good.
Well, in that case, I fucked up my question. I'm going to turn around and throw some questions at you, Rickles. How's your week been? What did you have for tea? What you're vaping and what you're drinking on, obviously, slightly before that one. And how many times a week did you have to wank in order to give yourself tennis elbow?
Are you sure it's not RSI?
It is RSI. Yeah, it is. But it is tennis elbow.
Oh, it's RSI of the elbow.
Yes. Yeah.
RSE.
Isn't it RSW?
Strain elbow.
You're retina strain elbow. That's what you've got. Oh, nasty bit of RSE there, mate.
Oh, it's a killer.
Not qualified doctors and
repetitive wanking strain.
Yeah, repetitive wanking injury. RWI. There you go. Yeah, week's been. What did I have for lunch? For lunch today. For tea. You said for tea. We had a cheats tea tonight. We had the M&S curry cheat meal that you get. So we had some chicken pieces in some hot something with lamb and some samosa and onion bhaji. And
so you had a couple of carbs tonight then?
A couple, yeah, but I don't know. I didn't have rice or bread with it. Just a couple of little onion bhaji things about that big, 2 bites.
You've got to have a little bit of carbs in your diet just to keep you jolly.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, it's just with reduced carb diet. I'm trying to. Quite reduced a lot, really. Right, yeah. So that's what I had for tea tonight. How my week been? Been standard, really. Usual thing. Working on a couple of things at work, as you do, and selling mod making. Yeah, a few people bought some mod making parts this week. Yeah, so I've sold some mod making parts. That's what I've done at work this week. What am I vaping on? Right, I'm vaping on my Goon on Parallel Squonker with Voodoo Brew in that. That's my mix. For anybody, maybe there's somebody new on the show who's watching the show doesn't know what we're vaping on, so we should really explain properly every time, shouldn't we? Goon 25 on a Kennedy Vindicator, and I'm vaping on Nata in that this evening. And finally, I've got, same as last week again, I got my Mike Dacus Abstract mod with a Haku Cruiser on top with a Christian Munoz bell cap on top.
Nice.
and I've got a custom battery cap from Eddie May.
Yes, beautiful.
Oh, that's lush.
Yeah, gave me a few of those when they came down to see me last year. So, and in that, I'm vaping on just a blackcurrant 6 milligram juice that I make. How many times did I have to wank to get it?
Yeah, we want a very specific number.
I've had a lifetime of it, obviously.
A lifetime.
And it's just caught up with me now. I'm getting older.
So what's it?
I couldn't tell you the amount.
40 years of wanking. How many times a week? We'll do the math. Give you a final number.
Oh,
Isn't it weird that people never wear the dicks out? Dicks, they go on forever, don't they? They still work when you die.
They're made to last.
Even if you're 200 like Brad, dick's still good, still shiny in you.
Yeah.
If you're getting shiny, you've got something to worry about.
They don't function.
They don't make them like they used to.
Towards the end, do they?
No, they do now with the miracle of technology.
I didn't actually get this from masturbation. It is from about 20 years of sitting at a computer and moving my arm like that on the mouse.
Yeah, we all sit at the computer, Rick. Yeah.
Well, I'm using my left hand, so it's like somebody else's.
Porn up.
But no.
Sit at the computer.
No, I've got a bit of tennis elbow from repetitive strain injury from too much computer work. Well, not too much, but I'm on the computer all the time. I'm not on the computer, I'm on the phone, and it's just constant like that. And it hurt to pick up a cup of coffee. So, silly. Got to get that sorted. That's it. Richard.
Yep.
Think of a question for Richard. Okay, how's your week been? What did you have for lunch? No, I'll tell you, not what did you have for lunch. What was your last rice meal? So, what are you vaping on? How's your week been? What was your last rice meal? What are you vaping on? And if you had to choose fruity or puddingy juice for the rest of your vaping life, which would it be?
Okay, week's been good. Hello to everyone in chat. We've got Matt, Simon, Trevor, Andy. Bearded Viking Customs is in chat as well. Trevor, Matt, Andy, Schwartzy, Keith, everyone in chat. Hello, welcome, etc. Vaping, drinking tonight. Drinking Skull. Look at that.
Oh my God. They have that on EastEnders, don't they? But they call it Score or Show or something. They get a pen on it.
I've been picking lagers, picking cans off the supermarket shelf based on non-flavour based reasons. So last week was the directors because it reminded me of Alan Partridge, which was good. This one reminds me of my granddad. He always used to give me a can of this.
It's about 1%, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 3%.
Oh, 3%.
2 point yes.
Yeah. And but I wasn't aware. Literally from the age of 10, whenever I went, he'd just give me a can of Skull. I'd go, best lager in the world, that. Skull. I know better now. He obviously just had a big pack of them that needed. So for nostalgic reasons, I'm having a can of Skull. It tastes like it's now, obviously 20 odd years later. It tastes like it's not alcohol. Yeah, do you know.
It's 20-year-old
missing that bite. I didn't realise it was made by the Carlsberg people either.
Yeah, it's Carlsberg. It's like pissy Carlsberg. I mean, Carlsberg's already
watered
pretty
down Carlsberg, isn't it?
Yep.
So that's that. It's a bit bizarre, but a bit random. But I don't mind. So that the last rice-based meal I had was yesterday dinner time.
Mm-hmm.
Tend to push the boat out for dinner. So I had a packet of Tilda fried rice.
Oh.
And I mixed in some other bits and pieces with it. Cooked some sweet corn, put that in. Put some sauce on it as well, some raita sauce.
Did you cook it? It's fried rice. Did you actually add an egg into it and
It's all done
Moving
for you.
around.
That's the beauty of
Oh,
it.
is it?
2.5 minutes.
Oh.
Gosh. Egg and rice. Heaven. A bit of soy.
Yeah, got a little bit of soy in there.
Oh, it's fantastic. And then a packet of salt and vinegar McCoys as well. And I have those straight after the rice. Straight after. So that's the last time I had a rice-based dish. I've only had scrambled eggs today. That's all I've had so far. But I'll have some later. So that is that. Is that literally all? Oh, week's been fantastic. So that's all that. So vaping on this evening. The top side with the Drop Dead RDA. Matchy-ish because they were both designed by the same person. In there I have, where is it? I have Handlebar Elixir, Raspberry Tea.
Ooh,
So,
nice.
Nice, it is nice. It's very nice, very refreshing. So I've got that in there. I've also got this. This is new to me. This is the Creek RDA by Atmizu.
Oh, that's what was in the box.
That's what was in the box. Yes,
Cool.
Splendid RDA. This it's flown under the radar a little bit. I think. Obviously, the glorious Mark Todd has reviewed it. I think it's great so far. Genuine, and the mouth to lung kit bit is like really genuine mouth to lung. If you want a mouth to lung RDA, so I've got that on the Phobic. So that's good. And then a bit of a curveball. Last but not least, this is next up for review. I might talk about it later if we've got time. This is the TVL Revenant Delta Squonk mod. I was showing the chaps before. It's a pumper. It's a squonker where you pump it, and you press this button to squonk it. It's the first pumper that has a super easy way of refilling it, which you just put your juice in there. You just squirt it in there. Literally don't have to take anything off, nothing. It's got like a valve system, which is really good. And it's a pumper that actually, where the juice goes back in. A lot of the pumpers, the juice can come up, but it can't go back down.
It's got a bottle then that pumper squeezes, has it?
So it's a hard plastic bottle inside.
Oh, okay.
But it's got the pressure builds, you see. So
it pumps air into the bottle.
I don't actually know. I don't actually know fully how the squonk system works on it, but it builds up that pressure. Part of the filling is removing air, which is creating a vacuum of pressure. So if it gets the chance to suck back in, it does, just like a squonk bottle. It works exactly like a squonk bottle, really. You can hold the button to make more come out, you know, like with a squonker, or you can just double tap it. Or so I might talk about that a little bit more later. But it's
like a super soaker of the vape world.
Yeah, it's a big collaboration affair as well. It's Vaporesso have made it. It's got the Vaporesso board, and they made it. But it's designed by TVL, the guys that do the mechs.
Oh yeah.
And Revenant, who did the Cartel 160, if you remember that, the Cartel mods and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, it's a big collaboration effort. It's pretty good. I mean, like we thought it had got as easy as it could with the top side, but I mean to be fair, I mean that's even easier to fill, really. So,
yeah, sounds good.
So that's pretty cool. So vaping that as well. And I've got in there a Pearl from Black Box, which is available at just@nick.uk. Let's get into it. What's first on the news, James? What you got?
Oh, what have I got? This is this would have been news last week. I mean, it's still news this week, but it would have been more current last week. This is the new-ish week old half switch from Osrix. Do we have pics of the new half switch from Osrix?
Yes, we do.
Beautiful.
Keep talking, and I'll bob that.
Okay, so this is, as far as I'm aware, this is a kind of a. Is it a collaboration with Squonk Radar? I'm not sure whether it's a collaboration, but they certainly have the exclusive to it at the moment. This is...
What is it, sorry? What are we looking at?
We are looking at the new Osric half switch.
Oh, yes. There we go, on screen now.
It looks a lot like a regular half, but it's kind of a little bit more customizable. You've got, and what I kind of always thought was going to be the case with the half. You know, you've got the little cutaways, the kind of Art Deco, the 3 cutaways at the top, which you can hopefully see on screen right now. And with the new half switch, you can now get little inserts for there to kind of customize it to match.
Yeah.
You know how much we love the matchy in the vaping world. We love to customize things, love to make things our own. And this is kind of an extension.
This is cool because you could buy a half. You could get a matching drip tip with the sides of your mod as well, couldn't you?
You could totally get I mean, those there look like white Juma, but obviously, and I've seen loads of white Juma rings and drip tips and that sort of a lot. You could match it in really, really nice. I'll give you the spiel from. This is from Stuart at Squonk Radar. So this red, you know how it was, I say red hot and fire. This red hot new variant of the smash hit half mechanical mod features express change accents, which allow you to customize your half mod. That ultimate unique look. Simply slide out the 3 strips and button. Also the button also is it can be matchy. We can see a little pack there on screen now, or we could. I'm a few seconds behind. Based on the same epic design of the 18650 half mechanical device, which will launch first here at Squonk Radar. So I'm not sure whether this is a week ago, so they might actually be available now, but I'm not entirely sure. Always humbled to be blessed with the work for Osrix, blah, 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 blah. It's the new half switch. I think it's funky as I think that it looks
Benji's this design, Benji's hard work and dedication to selling these mods. It's put him up there in the UK from the Squonk mods, isn't it? Really,
I mean, around about the same time, there was quite a few mechs came out around a similar sort of time, within a few months or whatever. And a lot of them have unfortunately died off a little bit now. But the half is still selling every whatever week or couple of weeks when they do a drop. They're still Bosch. They're out there straight away, almost immediately. They sell out.
Well, plus Benji goes to all of the goes to all the exhibitions in Germany and as well. You know,
he does. He's in all of them modest galleries.
Yeah,
and I think his group has just reached. Was it 10K or something? Was it 5K or 10K? It was like a big. No, it was like that. These big numbers for what is essentially a mech squamper. And I can see why. I mean. Totally, you can't get much more. I mean, I'm a big fan of Benji's work. I've loved him since the UKS days and his crazy stuff on there. And we know we've had him on the show. Blah 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 blah. But it is super customizable, isn't it? I mean, a lot of the tops and bottoms will go together beautifully. You've now got this added thing where you can add that you can change the button, change them little accents. I think it's a great little extra, a little add-on, like the next step of the half. Bro, absolutely bro.
Yeah, good work. And Stuart was actually one of our first guests on this show. Did you know?
I did not.
Yes, it's Stuart from Wicklicker, isn't it?
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah,
Stuart Stiles.
Yeah, yeah. He was on early days, wasn't he?
He is the Squonk.
Benji's been going a long time as well. He was on original UKV, wasn't he?
UKV. Did I say UKS? Sorry, I meant UKV. Yeah. I mean, that's pre me. I've been on Facebook 4 years or whatever, and I was on UKS and Planet Yes before that. So he's been on the go. Maybe 5 or 6, 7. I don't know. A long time he's been modding. Solid modder, absolutely solid modder.
Nice little add-on.
Yeah.
So that's that one. Who we got next? Is this Brad? Is this you next? Do you have some news, sir?
Yes, I do, for a change.
Beautiful. Hit us up.
I'm starting off the news with what the hell was it called? Spam. I was supposed to have photographs, but I didn't do them, so we don't have photos. But what I will do is I will upload photos in the group tomorrow. The last 6 Stabwood phobic mods are going to go up for sale tomorrow night. I had a few half-finished mods sitting in the back of a drawer, and I slowly sort of finished them up in December and early January. And I just received the silver contacts this week. and they're going to be put up for sale. And then that's the end of phobic mods.
Beautiful and sad.
Yeah,
So,
very cool, but very sad.
Terribly sorry I didn't remember to do pictures, but it's been a while since I've done this.
You're going to put them up in the group tomorrow?
Stick them on the group.
Yeah, I'll stick them up in the group tomorrow. We'll put them up for sale tomorrow night.
Cool.
Any more dates? Do you know how much you're going to be doing?
Thank you, James. It's you can see I haven't done this in a long time. Price, everything. So I can't remember what I was originally charging for stab wood mods, but I've decided with these ones I'm actually going to go for my original 3D printed price. So they're going to be £120 each. They each come in, no, not even in my backing office. They each come in a hard case carry pouch. They each come with the holy moly door and a spare solid door. Silver contacts and MM510 and bottles.
They are awesome mechs. They are absolutely awesome.
I don't use mine much now, but it's still there, and I'll never get rid of it. It's up there.
Yeah, I before I had a phobic, and I mean, you know, I'm regulated the majority of the time, but I still have my old dalliance in a mech. Before I had that, I had a Frankenskull, and I was like, "Woo, Frankenskull!" and I didn't know a lot. And I thought, "Oh, that's all right," but you know, I got moved on. But when I got this, I was like, Jesus Christ, this is a different kettle of fish altogether. This is the fit and finish, the little the bits, you know, the way the things are all carved out on the inside. Totally different, absolutely quality, Brad, absolutely quality. If you've not had one, they are absolutely fabulous, absolutely fabulous.
So how many will they be, sorry?
6.
6, right.
6.
Final 6.
And 120 quid. People pay 120 quid for a piece of starboard.
Yeah. It's you can buy a piece of wood for that, unfinished, unworked. But
that's what I just said. Yes, pay that for a bit of wood.
Very cool, nice. Whilst we're plugging shit like that along these lines, I'll very quickly show off my saver with a green tank.
Oh,
that looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool, doesn't it? I'm really liking it. We actually have the man himself in chat. Bearded Viking is in chat. Now, this is the saver was always made with. I might have touched on this last week. I can't remember. But the saver was always made with removable top bit of the drip tip. So the plan was always to do coloured tank and coloured drip tips that match. They look particularly good on the black one, but certain ones look good on the stainless as well. And obviously the plan was to do bubble tanks as well to up the capacity for people that weren't happy with 2 mil. Now these are available through Bearded Viking Customs, but oh, hang on, hold on one sec.
Oh, he's got problems at home.
Oh,
right, well, yeah, he'll come back and tell us about that, won't he? But let's.
Have you seen? Yes. I was going to say, have you seen?
He's back. He's back.
Andy Ali posted up a few pictures just today or yesterday, and she's got a few different colours in, and they do look super. They do look absolutely super. I love the look of them. I love the custom. I was just saying earlier about the customer. People love to be able to customise the bits and bobs, and colour tanks are super difficult, especially got a matching drippy tippy.
Yeah. Sorry. So these are actually available through a Bearded Viking Customs. The plan is to get some over here, as well as bubble tanks to up the capacity. So stay tuned. We are going to try and get some over here, because obviously the postage situation South Africa to the UK for each individual tank would be a nightmare for a lot of OMIs. So we're hoping to get some over here and do something about that, and things are in the pipeline, things are moving, and so stay tuned for that. But I just want to show it. I just think it looks cool, and it was what I always wanted to do with them, so a bit chuffed to have one. It's a great fit, it's a great finish, it's really cool, and hopefully the bubble tank for the people that want the bigger capacity as well. So pretty cool. But if you just cannot wait, if you just want to go and get one and to hell with it, Check out Bearded Viking Customs.
Bearded Viking.
Yeah, and he just started making them of his own accord, and they're really cool. And do it.
Are they polycarb? Is that what they're made out of?
Yes, yeah. It's virtually the same kind of material as the original coloured one. You know, so it always came with a glass. There was a glass option in every pack, but then there was the polycarby type thing. So obviously not your aniseed juices and stuff, but other than that, it should be okay.
Smashing, absolutely smashing.
Very cool.
Johan in chat says, "Make Brad fetch them."
Yeah, you're just wandering over there as a regular.
You won't be running back there very soon, will you, Brad?
No, fuck that shit. It's too hot over there. I prefer the cold up here.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly. So the postage thing is, it would be a lot easier if we could get a batch over here and maybe do a list, or maybe put them through a popular website. So
if only you knew someone. Yeah. If only you knew someone.
So we're going to try and do something with that. So that's in the pipeline. So stay tuned for that. James, what's next?
Okay, this is something that this is slightly more recent. This is now we've spoke about this particular mod around these mods in the last few weeks. The Rave Mini, which we've kind of I don't say we've championed it, but I'm certainly a big fan of the looks, and I know Mark Todd is as well. It's good looking little laddie, but it's a mech. I mean, I don't mind a mech. Anyway, let us tell you about it. There is potential plans. I'm not sure how set in stone this is. This is the potential plans for a regulated and possibly a MOSFET version of the Rave Mini, but it's different. It's the same but different. It looks the same. It's similar. It's not the same. Oh, it's completely different. So this is the Rave Mini from 67 mod and this is now by Stimmy Vapors. They're all together now. We should have pics. We should have some pics, Rich. Or we have a pic anyway. A pic. This is just a render. This is just because it is super duper LEDs. I think this was just on the group just this afternoon. But there is an interest list on there. So this is the Rave Mini. This is the MOSFET version, or a render of the MOSFET version. But there is talks of a DNA 60 version as well. Now this is no longer a squonker. This is going to be a kind of a stick your tank in there, a side by side jobby, which I also like the idea of. So you can see.
That's exactly what I want. One of those, a side by side.
Yeah. I mean, this is still at 18350, I believe. This is still the 18350 size. People were asking whether it was going to be available in 18650, but I think this is still the 18350. It's going to have an adjustable 510 on there. It is. It's going to take a 22mm tank at the very minimum, a 22mm tank, and it's going to have an adjustable 510, so you can up and down. You know, because the airflow gets. You know, if you've got to screw it all the way down, the airflow will be a bit dodgy. Getting adjustable 510 rather than a spring-loaded one, so you can kind of set that as you'd like. Trev Lawton in chat is now saying the DNA 60 is happening, and Trev would know. So we're looking at a DNA 60 version of this side by side. If you remember, a couple of months ago, or 6 weeks or so ago before Christmas, I brought in. I showed a 3D printed. What was it called? I want to say the Avant, but it wasn't the Avant. A little Eastern European 3D printed DNA 60 mod, and that was really cool. And that was kind of the L shape where you didn't sit the actual mod in there. But I really quite like them where you pop the mod actually in there. Sorry, the ADI actually in there. It's got a bit of protection. Just gives it a bit more of a.
Me too.
More of a look to it, rather than being that kind of L-shaped, or that people say they look a bit like a lavatory. You know the kind of thing I'm saying. And yeah, so that's all the information I've got. The Trev, like I say, is just posted this on chat saying the DNA 60 is definitely happening. I've never had a DNA 60 mode, so yeah, I'll be interested in that.
For those that haven't seen the rave, look at that.
Look at how tiny that is.
Yeah, I've got one coming up for review. Brad's mod, the Phobic, is pretty much as small as an 18650 squonker can possibly humanly be.
It is.
And look at that.
That is tiny. Dinky, actually.
Incredible.
Lovely. Absolutely lovely. So that's That's the rear mini side-by-side jobby. Brad.
Yes.
I think we've got...
John's not here, so I actually have news this week.
News.
News.
About vaping?
Not even self-promoting news.
Why, you bugger. Tell us all about it, Bonnie lad.
I have a special request for Rick that he just randomly press the fucking bullshit button throughout this broadcast.
Okay.
This,
I can do that.
again, because John isn't here, I was instructed to use the word cunt as many times as possible. And this news article would make me want to say that if it wasn't from Australia, where cunt is an affectional term used to chat to your fucking nan. They deserve something far stronger. Sorry, I'm in a little bit of a state. They lead with, let's go to the headline here. New study warns of growing public health concerns around vaping for young women. And we start the article out with the usual, we studied this bullshit. It's from this university bullshit. Thank you, Rick.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
But they very quickly get into sexist, derogatory language throughout the article, which blew my fucking head off. They're about halfway through it. They lead with, younger women are more likely to have used e-cigarettes in the last 12 months than older women. Thanks for that, Captain fucking Obvious. The youth in the entire fucking world, male or female, have taken this up slightly more than the elderly generation. Let me go back. Why is it not open? There we go. I'm going to carry on reading here, and you'll see the sexist vein start rearing its head. They found, this is my favorite. They found young women who drank more than 2 standard drinks per day or were in financial difficulty were also more likely to have used e-cigarettes recently than other young women. Like, well, that doesn't say much about Australia because they're all fucking raging alcoholics. I've been there. There isn't an Australian who drinks less than 2 standard units a day. That would be the fucking health target. Fucking twats.
So far, all it said is cool women may have vaped.
Exactly. They go on to then now start, they've briefly mentioned financial difficulty, but now they say women who lived in urban areas were more likely to have tried vaping, likely because e-cigarettes were more easily available. Like, okay, I'm really buying.
Easily available? Of course they.
And but what's the concern?
They don't fucking go into it.
Just that e-cigs are bad. So,
yeah,
we already know that e-cigs are bad. Well, guess what?
It just carries on with more of that shit. Studied e-cigarettes were tested. They say that they have harmful effects, and then in the very next paragraph say e-cigarettes were touted as being a healthier alternative to tobacco and quit smoking aid. Go on to say there's no evidence of that. Like, fuck off. What studies are they reading here? They're pulling up studies from the fucking 90s and early 2000s.
Bullshit.
Australia have got a real hang up with it at the moment.
It's insane. And if that's the quality of research study coming out, I'm not surprised their politicians are and their regulations are completely backwards compared to us.
Yeah, that's definitely just a load of
bullshit.
Thanks for that, Rick.
Why are they at such a high proportion of attractive women in Australia? Is it just the tan and that they're of a more outdoor?
It's not. It's not. You've just been watching silly programs.
Home and away.
Yeah, I don't believe there is much of a difference. If there is a difference, it's because it's warmer and people are outside tanning, and because they see themselves half naked more than they do here and in other cold countries. that they might go
yes.
a little bit more.
More incentive to have a beach body because there's a beach.
Exactly. Here, there's an incentive for 3-4 months of the year when you fuck off to Europe on your summer holiday. And you only want to look good for 2 weeks. But there, you're in your bikini for 9 months of the year.
And also the drinking culture, they got the beer goggles on all the time. That's what it is. You got 365 beer goggles, and
I spent 4 years there, and I wasn't sober for a day. Everyone was gorgeous.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's beer goggles.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I got that off of my chest because that was grinding my tits.
Yeah, fake news.
Fake news.
I read an Australian study today saying that there was poop particles in many e-liquids. They tested many e-liquids, and they were all filled with poop particles, and that you shouldn't be vaping them because you'd literally vaping shit. You literally vaping. I was like, what is this? This is like propaganda. What's going on here? It's like,
oh no.
I mean, where do you draw the line?
I draw the line of poop particles, mate. That's where I draw the line.
Poop particles, I gotta say.
You ever had any nuts in a pub?
Oh, I love them. Them bar piss nuts. Oh, so flavoursome. So flavoursome. You look for the ones where they're not salty. Oh, that's a good one.
It's a communal Bombay mix in the Indian when you're waiting for a takeaway.
That's poop particles.
Yeah. Really.
And I don't know. It depends how much you want to worry about that kind of stuff. Do you know?
If it's in peanuts and in a pub, I'm not going to worry about it. If it's a product coming from a company to my house or a shop that I'm buying it, I expect it to be feces
Poop particle free.
Yeah, feces free. That's the slogan, actually.
Yeah.
Feces free.
All good. Good news. Right. Shall I very quickly show this off properly?
Yeah.
My review for this is up tomorrow. But just to sort of show it off a little bit more, how this is really working. So, effectively, it's a 21700, 100 watt mod. But obviously, it's all about the pump action and the way it refills. Question for the group. So basically what you got here is it comes with a bottle, but any narrow nibbed bottle would do, but it does actually come with one just in case. And to refill,
or just like a unicorn sort of bottle,
as long as it's quite fine like that.
Oh, that's not even that fine, that one.
No, it's not super fine, not like a 10ml bottle.
Okay.
But you literally just turn it upside down, push it down and squeeze your juice in. And it just fills it up. You'd see it fill up in the window. You just pull your bottle away, and that's it. It's done.
That's brilliant.
Do you think is that good? I mean, because we're all a little bit sceptical of the top side, weren't we? And
I thought about trying to do a valve on a squonk bottle like a couple of years ago, but it just seemed too hard a thing to do. But if they've managed to do it,
yeah,
that's great.
Inside, you've got a tube like you would have in an abstract squonker or a TFX Scott Bonner squonker. It's got the feeding tube going right down into the bottle, but it's also got, like you say, a valve underneath. So you push it, which lifts a little hole in a different tube. It just opens that up. You pour it in, and then when you close that, it's sealed. So you've got a sealed container. How the actual pump is happening, I'm not exactly sure. I'm not sure what's going on in this bit here. Presumably it's because it's not compressing anything, so presumably
it's air pressure. Air pressure.
Presumably this is actually forcing air in and the juice out.
It's another valve in the bottle, and you're pushing air into the bottle, and that air is pushing juice up the tube.
But I mean, it's smart. I mean, is it to use YouTube cliche language? Is it a top fill killer? I mean, it certainly is easier than the old. I don't know.
It's still mainstream Chinesium, isn't it? But
yes, it is. Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's a slightly higher price to it, obviously, because it's got all these names on it. But yeah, I'm not it comes with an RDA as well. I'll talk about that on the video. I'm not super chuffed with that, but I mean, any bottom feeding RDA works absolutely fine on it. Great board. Vaporesso board's been very, very good for a long time. Yeah,
I tend to lean more towards the simple side of things, like less complex, less. I don't want to say less things to go wrong, because the quality of stuff coming out nowadays, you don't really expect anything to go wrong.
Can you change the bottle in it?
Yep.
You can. Okay.
Yeah, and it literally, when you pull it out, it's literally just like a big beaker. So you can literally just chuck water in it, whiz it out, put it back in. Yeah, so I mean, Asmodus did a very popular pumper not so long ago, and I quite liked it, but it was on a mechanism like this, and the issues were the juice couldn't go back down the hole because it was a one-way pump type system, and cleaning it out was a pain because you had to completely remove the mechanism to get into the bottle, and general use of it was quite messy. You could literally squirt the juice all the way out of the RDA, out your drip tip, so it was quite a messy thing. So this has improved on those two things. Filling it was a nightmare as well with the Osmosis one. So they fixed the filling, they fixed the juice going back out, draining out, and cleaning and removability and stuff. So
that's good. That's a step in. That's good then.
Yeah, I think
it is to make it look a little nicer now.
Yes, I mean, yeah, there are other colours available.
They always send you that.
They always send me the rainbow, don't they? Rainbow and gunmetal, my two favourite things. Yeah, there are other colours available, but yeah, I think they could style it up a bit. I think they could dual battery it. Maybe I mean, it's like you say, it's not small. What's your sort of again compared to the Phobic? It's big.
But it is 21,700.
Yes, true.
So you expect it to be taller.
Yeah,
I don't think filling could get any easier than that. I think that is as easy as it can get.
Yeah, so I think it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So yeah, so if you're really interested in that, I'll put a video up tomorrow.
Look forward to seeing that.
Yeah, looks good.
Okie doke, James.
Yes. Oh yeah, this is all this news? This is new news. This is news. This is from Haku Engineering. They have a new-ish. Last couple of weeks it was announced. I think the pics only went up to DM. Maybe I could be wrong on that. This is the kind of the Vena styled by the looks of it, judging by the airflow. RBTA. Beautiful. So what you can see there is you can see that the top looks a lot like a Vena. The airflow is exactly the same as a Vena. That there, I believe, is the blue titanium Vena top cap, which goes on a regular Vena. But it's an RBTA. It's just a regular RBTA. It's a BF RBTA if you'd like it to be. There's going to be 2 pins included in the pack. Regular.
So what you're saying is any Haku Vena top cap should work on here.
I think I've tested a few. I know the Chris the bell caps. Yeah, I believe his top caps fit. Certainly the original Haku Engineering ones seem to fit. I've not seen any pictures of the deck. I'm presuming it's going to be very, very similar because the airflow is exactly the same, top caps are the same. I'm presuming it's going to be very, very similar to the deck on the Vena, but it's an RBTA. It's it's not breaking any ground there. It's not the first RBTA we've ever seen. That's BF. But certainly a good looking Atty. Have I got any more information other than that? It's going to be 22mm, obviously. That's pretty much it. There's very little information out there. I think Mark Todd has got one on the way, as he
sure he does,
as he often does.
It looks cool. I think when you've got such a well-established, well-liked RDA, it's an obvious step because people love that vape. Fancy something a little bit different. I presume you don't have to have it bottom feeding.
No, it comes with both pins. So if you weren't a squonker, then bish bash bosh.
Yes, that would be that on a mech would be on a tube mech would be awesome for me.
And it's lovely. I mean, I saw literally just today somebody asked that question: "What's the best RBA?" And a few people put down a couple of the different Haku nice. You know, they are well loved. I know Rick's got one. I know you and people enjoy them greatly. I can see why. I'm really see why. Nicely made, blah blah blah, etc. Good flavour. Yeah. So that's it. That's if I get more information, which we definitely will in the next days or weeks. I mean, I messaged Steve today to see if I get some more sneaky information, but obviously his time's upside down because he's one of the poop vapors. Yeah. That's all I've got on that. That's all I've got on that.
Okay, cool. Well, then I'm going to hop into my next piece. Sticking with the southern hemisphere, we're going to duck across to the Kiwis, who have clearly been watching what the Australians are doing and sit back and laugh and go do their own fucking real science. So I want to duck into the article here. Kiwi smokers urged to make New Year's switch to vaping for health and avoid tax hike. So I think we've touched on this briefly in the past, where New Zealand plans on making their entire country tobacco-free by 2025. So they started 10 years ago increasing the tax and putting incentives in place to prevent people smoking. As a result, and I stand to be corrected on this, they have amongst the lowest rate of smokers in the world. They, a little bit later this month, never mind, from the 1st of January this year, it's already in place, they've increased the tax on cigarettes by 10%. That has put the price of your average pack to more than $25 a pack.
Yeah, it's always been expensive to smoke down under anyway.
Yeah,
it was expensive when I was in Oz.
But that makes it more than double the price of smoking in the UK. So
that's going to stop people smoking, isn't it? I mean, that's ridiculous.
That alone is going to get the job done.
Yeah.
What they're doing on top of that is, as a government, they're promoting vaping.
Good.
They don't go into detail in this article on what they're actually doing to promote it, whether it's adverts or that, but they talk about...
You've got to worry, though. I'll throw a spanner in the works. So you've got to worry about a government that would do that to smokers when everybody's vaping instead of smoking. Would they do it to vaping as well?
They very well might. They very well might. But by the time 2025... if they started then doing that to vaping, sure, it's a potential concern. But for as of right now, they're doing it the right way, I think. And they're not being sexist and talking about poor women.
It's a lot easier to quit vaping as well.
Yeah,
it
is.
Yeah.
The article goes on to a piece here, if I can scroll down and find it. They talk about mother of two, wow, I'm never in a million years going to get this name right. Hinetua. Yeah, no, look, New Zealand names are difficult. I'm just going to leave it at that. But she is... Oh, I've lost my place. Sorry. Anyway, she is the health minister. And she used vaping to quit smoking. I think that's maybe one of the reasons why she's pushing it and it's working so well down there.
It's good to hear some positive news. That's good, really, isn't it?
You know how fucking hard it is trolling the internet to find positive vape news.
It could be very positive for Australia as well. But being able to buy their juice and stuff from New Zealand right next door.
I think that does go on, from what I understand. They've had the Nick shot thing in Australia for a long time, haven't they? There's special rules.
Yeah, they were the first sort of people, weren't they? If I remember rightly, a couple of years ago.
Yeah, because they were really lucky for their sake, the legislators' sake, because they already had a rule about nicotine being toxic. So they used that old rule to kind of outright ban nicotine just getting sent around left, right and centre.
Yeah.
So they call them doublers, but effectively it's like a nick shot system, isn't it? I think.
I don't know. I mean, Bogan would be able to tell us about that, wouldn't he?
Yeah, but so Australia are under the hammer, but nice to know New Zealand aren't quite as crazy. I think they do a big reversal of their policy, like an overnight reversal of vaping's bad to vaping's good.
I think they did, didn't they? I think, or was that Canada?
Oh, both, I think.
I do remember something about that coming out of Australia, but then now this Australian article was last week.
Good to hear. Good. Come to
times.
their senses. It's nice to see everyone's not corrupt.
Is it
Exactly.
is it Travava time?
It can be. Do we have any?
Any other business? Any other business?
I did. I was going to mention Facebook group members. Cool. We don't have to talk about that though, because that I'm fed up with. I'm absolutely fed. I've seen it so many times. I'm sick of it. I'm absolutely sick of it. So let's not even mention that. But if you're in a Facebook group and you think, oh, I like to read this stuff in a Facebook group, you need to like a post once in a while, otherwise you're going to get booted out by Facebook.
That's only if they've been added by somebody, isn't it? And they haven't actually clicked the approve button.
Yeah.
To be added. So they're in the group because someone's added them, and they haven't actually clicked any confirmation. They'll be taken off of that group in a month. It takes a month. You're only allowed a month now.
Something like that. But it's so easy to you get that notification that you've been added, and then you go, oh, I'll have a little read, and then some more notifications come through. It's easy to miss. If there's a group you like, make sure you like a few. You know what? That's just a good rule for life. A good rule for Facebook: like posts, like this video, like things. Liking things is good. Not liking things, oh man, that's not good.
So good. It's not as good.
That's good. Liking things, good. Not liking things, bad. Let's all like things.
Yeah.
Liking things on Facebook more powerful than prayer since 2004.
James, have you mentioned Vaparel?
I have not. I haven't.
Carol, come on, tell them about this wonderful thing you're doing.
I'm not really a self-promote. I will.
We're going to do it if you don't.
And ours won't be half as good.
Okay, I started a new group a little bit. I started a new group in December. With like an idea to kind of to make vapey t-shirts, make cool vapey t-shirts. Because
not just brands.
Not just brands. I mean, there is going to be some brands. I don't know. Should I mention this? I mean, yeah. There is going to be brands coming because I am going to be doing Crack, the Crack brand, the famous Just Add Nick Crack brand from Mark White. I've got a Crack T-shirt coming really soon. I've also got from Mark Selby. I've got Mark Selby's juice line. His brand is going to be on this. There will be some brands, but it's going to be majority of these not going to be brands. It's going to be kind of just cool vapey. There is a lot of vapey t-shirts out there, and the ones I've seen, they're all a load of shite. They're like eat, sleep, vape, repeat. You know, they're that kind of. I got one from my mother not last Christmas before. It was like this teddy bear vape, and you're like, I couldn't find you a good vapey t-shirt. I got you this one. I hope you like it. Honestly, the tricky to find, unless you want just whoever you vape or like a, like Hellfire ones, and that's but so it's going to be that sort of thing. So the first list is up now. It's going to run till next Wednesday. It's called Vaparel. It's vape apparel, Vaparel. It's on Facebook. The groups, the links in the group.
I've put a link in chat if anyone's watching it.
Thanks very much.
Even if you're watching on catch up, you can see that if you load up the chat window.
Go enjoy it. X1.
There are some really nicely done vape t-shirts that are brand orientated, but the vast majority are awful, like tediously crap, or they're on a tediously crap t-shirt. The actual t-shirt is crap. And like you say, the funny ones are tedious, aren't they? Eat, vape, repeat.
Yeah.
They're or just cliches or like really really weak puns. So that's nice. That's nicely done. Some effort in there. I've got my MCR mods one on. That's more because I was such a big fan of that of that brand in the past. But these are actually funny. They're actually cool. It's actually not. And
thank you.
Cheap and all.
And designed by James, so they're not going to be limited edition. They're not going to be.
Yeah, limited run, one-off chance to get each one. Like unless you cycle around. Like.
Everyone is going to be. I'm doing them as kind of like a bit like a group buy. So it's going to be a list. It's going to be open for a week. You'll get a chance to buy that T-shirt that week only. That's going to be. I'm not saying that's going to be the only chance, but that's the only chance for that run. I've got a load of designs at the minute. There's going to be a calendar going up with the group in the next week or so. With the next. I'm going to put them up every 2 weeks or something like that. Every 2 weeks, you'll have the opportunity to buy a different T-shirt. And other people have done that. Other people have done that before, QWERTY and that sort of thing. You get one T-shirt a month or whatever it is, and you can only buy that particular T-shirt that particular month. And it's going to be a bit like that. They will come around. Everyone will be numbered as the. I don't want to give away too much stuff.
Tell you what we should do. We should do the ones that didn't make the cut each week, because I've just thought of some brilliant ideas.
Well,
we could have slow tech in the fast tech logo.
That'd be quite good. Fast cunts, Mark Elliott just said there.
Fast cunt, yeah. We could have gear worst instead of gear best. And gear best the list goes on, and that's not even forgetting the old ideas.
I'm not going to say what my recommendation was, because I'm still holding thumbs that it becomes a reality.
Yeah. So that's. I'll try and update the group and stuff. It's a bit of fun. It's not a big money making thing. It's just fun.
It's really cool. Get involved on the group, because
I'll definitely get one when I see a design that particularly jumps out at me.
Cool. Let's do some try a bit of all, and let's not talk about me anymore.
All right.
I'll bring up the pics. I need the pics. Oh, somebody! Let's not have any dead air. Somebody talk about stuff.
We're all doing the same thing. I'm picking it up on our computer. So
it's not working on an iPad. Let's just use phone. Give me phone.
Oh, what we got going on here? Oh, I'm looking at the first one here. Weddy.
Are we already up? Are we?
I don't know if anyone else is. I am though.
Oh, the first one is awesome. The first one is absolutely awesome.
It's a cracker. It's great.
This is from Carl Phillips. Brilliant. This is absolute. I love this one from Carl. This might be my favourite of the. I just how much I liked it. Are we fully automated, or are we manual? Beautiful. So this one, this is. I even went in. I went in and I cropped it, but because it was just a big long one. This is the Google logo, but look, he looks like he's got like. I mean, that looks to me like a melody box. Even quite a specific mode.
Hang on, I don't know if we're looking at the same one.
Oh, I know. I'm looking at an Atty, a lady looking at an Atty for the Google.
No, I'll tell you what we're looking at. We're looking at a megaphone. Changes to your member list.
You're in the wrong file.
Oh, is that an old news thing?
Oh,
the megaphone. That's the megaphone is the Facebook thing, man.
All right, hold tight then. I'm obviously clicked on the wrong folder.
Come on.
It wouldn't be the ideal show if there weren't technical glitches.
Yeah, because we were doing so well.
Oh yeah, it is. I've clicked on the wrong folder. Try off. Right. Yes, here we go. So we're now looking at a lady on Google.
Lovely. Or a man. Let's not talk about gender.
No, that's a lady.
It could be a lady. So
lady.
I love this one. That's it. It looks like a melody box with a squonk with a big fat drip on there. That was great. That was from Carl Phillips.
That's really good. That one. I like that.
Nice spot. Next one
is from Chris Addy. This is that's the fourth one down there. Mesh expert failed to declare funding.
Oh, hang on. Hold tight. Hold tight. 1 second. Sorry, I know exactly what I'm doing here.
Yes, it's consummate
professional. Is that one? That one's that one. Apply. Okay. Right, here we go. So we're now looking at victim's father. Appeals.
Yeah, below that, mesh expert failed to declare funding.
It's the one below. Yeah. I presume that's what it was. It wasn't golden passports. I don't know. That's Chris.
Crackdown. He urges golden passports. Crackdown.
No, we're on mesh expert failed to declare funding.
Yeah, that's the one. That's definitely the one. He could be a mesh expert. I don't know. Next one. Let's
okay, we're looking at
Craig.
Oh, what's going on here? This one's a YouTube clip. PhD, I won't let you down.
Yeah. No, it was the full video from YouTube. Obviously, we can't really show that, so I took a quick screenshot. This is I think that's Fizz. This is from Craig Harrison.
It's just because we got someone with ginger hair. We're just going to call everyone with ginger hair Fizz.
Yeah, pretty much.
Looking that way.
That's the way it's going.
Works.
That's absolutely the way it's going. And okay, next one is from Daniel Thornton. Now this is I'm not sure if this is a try for 12 or the other way around. It's things that remind you of cereal, but aren't really cereal at all. That's the mesh.
I suppose shreddies do look like the new style mesh that everyone's using now.
Yeah, I suppose. Daniel Thornton. We've got a few from Daniel. Next one is
Uncle Ben's classic.
Yeah, and I mean, are you impressed by that display?
That's a good price. £1 for a pack of Uncle Ben's, isn't it?
Just look at his face. You can see he's fucking smiling. He's cracked a sweat. He's fucking all excited.
Yeah, I mean, this is lazy. It's lazy shopkeeping, you know, because you can't get into those. What if I want a fried rice out of that box? I've got to unbox that myself.
Yeah.
And those whole grain ones are shit.
Oh, but they had to leave the box in there because they wouldn't be able to stack them too high, would they?
Tell you what's nice underneath. It's very good, very convenient. That rye eater underneath is nice.
Oh, the pataks in the middle there.
Yeah, any part in a storm when it comes to mint sauce, but
it's lunchtime. It's all right.
A pound's the going rate around here. You pick your time anyway.
I'm moving up there.
What are you looking at? 150.
Probably at least that, or a couple of quid.
Yeah, they get into price wars, so you just, as long as you're not too brand dependent, you can just pick your moment.
I just buy a bag of normal fucking rice and cook it myself.
Fuck that shit.
You get a lot of rice if you're prepared to cook.
Look, 2 minutes in the microwave at work, job done. You ain't got no time to be cooking.
Yeah, but for £1, I bought rice for a fucking year.
I know. Yeah. I know what you're saying, but I'm paying for the convenience.
Certainly are. You certainly are. Come on, let's crack on. Daniel Thornton. I've got another one from him.
Wish.
The Wish. It's another Wish one. Oh, and they're all poor from Wish. Don't expect props on this one, Daniel.
This is a reach. This one.
It's a reach. I think it's a 5. Is it a 510? I think it's a 510.
Don't mean he's got a hex at the top, though, isn't it?
That's a Reachosaurus. That is.
It is.
I like the look of these aluminium anodized washers, but they're nothing to do with vaping. Sorry.
Nothing. Oh, but look, I love Wish. Items are cheaper and you get store quality. You do not get store quality.
And they're not cheaper. They're just shitter. Oh, this is harsh, I thought.
Yeah, this is. I don't think this looks anything like Bogan whatsoever.
I must admit, I'm with you two chaps. I don't think it looked like Sam at all.
It looks more like whichever one out of Jay and Silent Bob is the one with long hair.
Jay. Are you not up to date with like 90s pop culture?
Because I just kept. I'm not. I can't. Not really with double X. I'm not like. I don't know which one's Laurel, which one's Hardy. I don't know which one's Ant, which one's Deck, etc.
That's fair enough. Let's move it on. Oh, this is a good one. This is David Deeren. I think this is a really, really good one. I like this one a lot. That and I don't know what this is from. I have no idea what this is from.
Looks a little bit Man from U.N.C.L.E., but it's not.
It looks 70s, doesn't it? It looks old. It looks.
Yeah. And that looks like a proper mod.
And that looks like a proper mod, and actually, it looks pucker. David Deeren, are you the winner this week? I'm not entirely sure. We don't really have winners. You get 5 internet points.
Yeah,
congratulations.
That's the best one we've had so far.
Yeah, it's good. It's damn good. Okay, next one. Let's move on to Derry Murphy. It's not bad. It's not bad.
What is it meant to buy? It's a sort of mod like. It's sort of got a drip tip and a sort of.
It's a screwdriver.
Is it?
No, ugly screwdriver.
Has it seen better days?
Yeah,
it's been used. Clearly, it's not 8 out of 10. I've had about 5 out of 10.
Yeah, 4 out of 8. Who's advertising that? Yeah.
Self massively under RRP, I think.
I've got no idea what this one is. This is Fizz Jan. I don't get it. Fizz, what is it? Does he look like a vapor? He could be a vapor. SB Camel. I don't know what it is. I don't know.
Is it a ginger cap so it looks like fizz?
If anyone wants to PM Fizz and explain what Travavar is
Yeah.
for next week's show, that'd be great.
And this is from Derry Murphy, though, isn't it? Or am I looking at the wrong one?
I'm looking at Nike skateboarding.
Yeah, this is from Fizz. From Fizz. And you know what? You can see what you like about Fizz. He doesn't watch the show. He doesn't watch the show. He's on the group. He doesn't watch the show. You can see what you like about him now. You could see anything you like about him.
It's poo that Fizz.
Absolutely. Oh, it's next one. Me. Get into me. Mine are awesome. Mine are just. Mine are outstanding.
That's a billet box, yeah.
I am such. So yeah, this was on board Panda just today. It's a phone, but it looks a bit like a billet box. Next one is this one. I saw this one the other day coming home from my mate's house.
CSM.
Is that a camel toe flip flop?
Which one are we looking at?
Rick,
are we on?
Rick, you're off script.
Are we on the billet box panel? Which one are we on?
A CSM viral TRND.
Oh right, that's Chris Scott. Chris Scott
Mackenzie.
But it's custom spray mods in real life. It was
tips. It's a Facebook post. Confirm you're a complete tithead by posting thanks for the art.
Thanks for the. It just reminded us of vaping because we all have that. Thanks for the art. I didn't realise that you were a complete tithead for putting that on. No, we have to do it. We have to do it. It's part of vaping culture.
Is that actually a group? Viz's top tips. I thought it was Fizz's top tips.
No, Fizz's top. Based on. It's not genuine. It's not genuine. I'm on a thing called Photo Vandals, and that's one of the linked groups with Photo Vandals. Well, usually it's just stupid Photoshop and stuff. Next one.
Oh, we've got. Is it David? What's it called? The god touching the human man, and the Nike shoe with the camel.
Yeah. I was watching a thing.
Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel.
It's for the Sistine Chapel. It is. What is it called?
I don't get the reference.
It's because he's got a wide gap between his toe and his big toe and his next biggest toe.
Yeah, I was watching this thing on Netflix. About this blind card magician.
I'm sure it's Michelangelo's David, isn't it?
What's he got to do with vaping? I'm lost.
Everyone at Vapefest wore those shoes.
Did they?
And I wore them. Simon Sawyers wears them. Simon McDermott is quite famous for wearing a pink pair in vaping.
You're all gross.
Classy.
I just wear flip flops. That's what I wear.
They are awesome. Next one is got to be the billet box panel.
It is. Board Panda.
Yeah. Board Panda. What?
It's a guy sucking his phone, I think.
Oh, right. God, these are all in the wrong.
James, Board Panda. There we go.
Okay, it's the Board Panda one. Yeah, it has to do something. It's a billet box, but it looks a little bit like a billet box. Okay, next. Looks a little bit
like John as well, though. We've had reduced forehead.
Oh, it's another Wish one. $2 this one. What does it do? Oh, it's an LCD TDS water tester.
Oh, it's a water tester, yeah. This is from James Hall. This is it looks a bit like a pod system, doesn't it? It looks a bit like a pod system.
At least with Wish, you don't have to guess what it is.
Yeah.
Button and displays, it's a mod, isn't it?
Now looking at a jar of Marmite with Nigel written on.
Yeah, it's from Jamie Hepburn. Nigel, I presume that reminded him of Nigel Moxon.
I always think more of Pepper. Nigel and Pepper are my...
Oh, yeah, it's got to be Pepper for Nigel, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Light My Fire, Restraw.
Yeah, okay, so I don't know what this is in real life, but this is kind of referring to the Dwarf. I don't know whether you know about this, the Dwarf refill thing. Mark Ski invented this refill thing with the Dwarf. If you've got the steam tuner's cap for the Dwarf, to fill it up to maximum, if you put a straw through the 510 to the hole in the 510, you can fill it right to the top. Then you pop the base on, you pop the straw out, and you can fill it right to the top. And that's what this is referring to. This is from Johan K. Holmstrom.
I think what it really is a tube for blowing into a fire to make the fire hotter.
What?
It's a tool for
like
adding oxygen to a fire.
Yeah, it could be a reusable straw.
Yeah,
they're all the rage these days, aren't they? With plastics.
If that is what it is, I hope a sec isn't as much as a pound.
Yeah, what is a sec? Exactly.
No, not sure what that currency is.
No.
Never been out.
Sweet Jesus juice.
Okay, is this an e-liquid? I hope this is not an e-liquid. Is it?
It is. No, it is. That's by Prohibition Vapes, my local boys.
Oh,
That doesn't count then. That's disqualified.
No, it is. Then you know, there's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. They're good juices, actually.
Yeah, but it's vaping, so it can't remind me of vaping.
I've got some here. Look, there you are.
I presumed it was remind them of vaping because it's got Jesus on there, and we've got the
I
Jesus.
thought it was
Might be
ready-made
Eddie
holy
May.
water.
Might be Eddie May. Yeah, look at Eddie May at the back there, the picture of Jesus there.
What's going on in this one? We've got a picture of the House of Commons.
Okay, this is John Malcolm. Okay, if you want to go to the next one, I've got the zoomed-in version of what it is on the next one.
Oh.
So in the comments, so John was watching the House of Commons, and apparently, DJ Lab, yeah, he was watching the same House of Commons thing as so it could be the real dude, or it might not be the real dude. It might be somebody that's just a super mega fan thing.
No,
I don't know.
It is the real dude. It's a little tick.
Yeah, right, cool.
Yeah, he always keeps up to speed with his advocacy, does Daniel? When he's not buying subscribers.
Okay, next one. We're into John Martin's. We've got a few from John.
Okie dokie. The Blythe. Entire flat, one bed.
I think I may have stayed in this complex. Well, not complex. Is this at the Albert in Shrewsbury?
I've no idea. You need to ask John.
I stayed in one. I think I stayed in the one above that last year.
Nice, $195 a night. I think I'm reasonably cheap. Next one is again from John.
Oh, okay. We've got. Oh, where in the hell do you get dick from Richard?
It's a good
You ask him nicely.
Yeah.
There will be a really good, etymology of it, but we don't know.
There will, but obviously it reminded him of you, Richard.
Reminded him of
you. Next one, Keith Jones.
Oh, it's a young man with hair.
I didn't get this one at all. That's Bono. Is that Keith Jones 1? We have Keith Jones 1 and Keith Jones 2.
I don't know who he thinks that is. It's just because of crazy hair like John, is it? Or...
Is it black and white?
Yeah,
black and white.
Lovely job. The black and white one is Bono. Keith Jones 2, if you want to move over to Keith Jones 2.
What does it remind him of?
Okay, well, if you move over to Keith Jones 2.
Oh, here we go.
That's Mark Todd in his youth.
Oh, that does look like a Mark Todd a bit. Yeah.
Those jeans have seen
as well.
And that explains Keith Jones 1.
Mark
Keith
Todd,
Jones
Bono.
2.
Mark Todd, Bono.
Yeah, there's not much left of those jeans.
Bono. That dog's had a go on those jeans, I reckon.
Mark's got a better dog.
And he's wearing double denim, James.
We're back on Wish. We're looking at a Crusade costume.
Oh, Templario.
It's the old Templario. That's what it reminded of Len Burgess of vaping. It's a reminder. It's a good one. It's not bad. It's a good. It's a bit raw. It's a bit reachy. But it's not bad. It's a reminder.
What came first, the mod or the Templars? You know, this
definitely the Templar Knights, isn't it? Which makes it not work really.
But it reminded them of vaping, so they put it on.
True that.
James is putting it on the show.
Oh, that's right. Come on.
Oh, look, we've got thingy.
Are we looking at Mick Blizzard? Yeah, Mick Blizzard. This is
Mick Blizzard, yeah. And it's a guitar as well, isn't it?
Him.
Wasn't it Mick that had that guitar mod or not?
Yeah, and he's got a big collection of guitars as well.
Yeah, he likes the old 6-string. Does Mick? So yeah, it looked a bit like him when he's got a guitar. That's from Moxie. Next one from Moxie is Moxie 2
train station. Beautiful.
It was literally just Shrewsbury. He does add the hashtag Reachy as fuck, whatever it is Reachy. Next one.
It does remind you of vaping though.
It does. It totally does.
Todd license plate.
Todd license plate. Lovely job. Lovely job.
Honda. Oh, a big coil. Who put this one up?
This is from Paul Ibbison. Paul Ibbison. Giant coil there from Paul.
Has he stopped drinking or just stopped posting? Hopefully not stopping drinking.
No, I don't stop.
Or stop drinking.
Nah.
We're now looking at Dreams, the bed specialist.
Are we?
I presume.
TCR bar.
Yeah, TCR bar.
TCR bar.
That's a very, very nerdy, pointless bar.
Yeah, it doesn't quite work as a bar properly, does it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually sell beer. With warm beer.
Next door to that, there's TC Bar, which is still quite nerdy, kind of okay. And then next to that is VW Bar.
That's where you want.
That's where you want to be. That's a good night.
But I love this one because I think he's in the bottom of a taxi or whatever here, and he'd saw it. He went, "Oh, and he got a photo. I love them ones. Richard Jack, thank you very much. Next one is from Richard Jack again. This is it's a unicorn. It's a unicorn.
It is, yeah. Deadpool.
Deadpool on a unicorn. Bish bash bosh. Remind me of it. Next one.
Aston Villa 2, Hull, Chester.
This is from Rose. From our Rose. This is it's got Billy King in it. Billy King. What a few Billy Kings lately. There's been somebody else that might not get on the show, but because it's Rose, it came on the show. Next one is from Simon Townend.
Oh, a reverse threaded drip tip.
That's sort of drip tippy, isn't it?
It is drip tippy. It is drippity. Drippity tippity.
Drippity tippity. Drip tip-esque.
That's almost wish worthy.
It is. This is next one this is from Stuart Will the World Don't Move to the Beta 1 Drummond. It's a bonnet truck. I like it a lot.
There's also an LSD license plate there. It's quite nice.
Oh, yeah, that's trippy.
Yeah. And then there's trippy V. Oh, yeah, that could be. Let's not start doing things. Okay, next one is from Teodoro Saluzzi.
Try me.
Tio's got a good one here.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, mod-like.
It is. It's mod-esque.
It's a long drip tip.
It's a long drip tip.
Very good though. Oh, this one's done the rounds. This one, hasn't it?
Okay, we've got a few of these. We're moving into the Titans.
Is this my one? I put this up as well, didn't I?
Oh, so many.
Did you put yours up ironically though, Rick? Or...
No, I saw it and thought, fuck, look at that.
Yeah, but hadn't you seen it 8 other times on the group?
I never saw it once.
Okay.
Oh man, I was waiting for mine to come on.
Yeah, sorry, Rick. Okay, so we've got Len Burgess with it, and it took us wrong. It's brilliant. We've already had it on the show. We had it on the show a few weeks ago. However, Pit Ocean Titans, and they look at that and whoa, that's a triumph baton.
Oh, and he even holds it as well in that clip, and then it's like a button thing, isn't it?
Well, let's have a look, see what else we've got. That's from Len Burgess. Next one is from Michael Donahue. Look at that one. He's got it on a mod there. He's got it on a mod with a bowl of fruit. Next one.
Oh, it's me.
This is from Rick. Look at that. Look at another one there. Look, it looks good. It's really good. It's so good.
I'd vape that. I'd have a vape if I had that.
And then the next one is almost identical, but this is from Sam Newitt, and he's paused. He hasn't waited for the pause thing to drop off before he took the photo. This Sam was so excited. He was like, "I've got to get that fucking thing in." Whoa! Look at that. I'll be honest with you, I think Sam might have been one of the early ones. Not first, because we had it on a few weeks ago.
That was the most obvious. That was just instantly, I thought it was a mod, because he had it in his hand as well, and it was like, this is the size of a mod and everything. I didn't realise everyone else.
I love that Netflix, when they do their analytics, they're going to see that as the most paused moment in Titan.
Yeah, brill, absolutely brill. And that's the last one, and that is the end of this week's things that remind you of vaping, but they aren't really vaping at all.
No, what a finale that was. That was a good one, James.
Excellent. Now, but no more pictures of that mod from Titans. Please.
Yeah, we're done with Titans. And no more spoilers. I don't want to know that there's two Robins. I don't want to know there's two Robins.
Don't worry. There's only one Dick Grayson.
Is there? He's a mean bastard in Titans, isn't he?
But is there?
Yeah, there is. Yes, there's one. Very good. So what's next? It's got to be Showcase, hasn't it?
Oh, well, if it's that sound, if it's that music, we know it's time for Mod Showcase of the Week. What we got this week? Well, I've got two mods to show you this week by two modders. One of them, I think I don't know how you're going to show the picture. Let's start with Paul Showcases group, and he finally made a mod, and I thought it was quite different, so I thought we would show it and give him a little shout.
Right,
so
who do you think we're looking at here? Right, which one are we meant to be looking at?
The mechanical.
Oh, I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, I messed things up.
Hold tight then.
No, he's basically designed this mod in his 3D software. Got an sort of the case 3D printed, and he's put a battery tube in it, a 510, and made a nice mechanical mod with it.
Okay.
With a big side firing button, which I thought was pretty cool.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's the 3D printed one, yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. Oh, okay.
So yeah,
So it's
little bit,
that's all right.
a little bit different. It's got a nice big side fire button on it, and it's just a mechanical mod. Quite a simple thing, but it's been slightly different with the design, and yeah, I like it.
So,
it's honest.
So there'll be a bendy bit of metal in that bit.
Yeah, I'd imagine behind that big button that will be a contact that touches the tube or something.
Yeah. So it works like a phobic, but just with a bigger. Unless the whole thing's pressable, I don't know. Maybe just the top bit.
I think it's that whole side panel. I don't know if you're looking at picture number 1, but
yeah, picture 1.
That whole bit will be the button, I think.
Nice effort.
But no, yeah, I thought that was interesting and definitely worth a show. So that's Paul Richards. Good work. We have got a cracking mod to show from Fine Mods as well. I saw this week.
Is this the die codes?
Yeah, look at the size of this little thing here that he made. It's beautiful. It's lovely. Little 18350 regulated.
Yeah, stunning.
that
And
is very good looking.
I think it's great. It's lovely. It's nice to see. I think, as we know, we're already seeing some. We're going to see a lot more 18350 mods this year for your mouth to lungers. That's where I think modding's going to be slightly different this year. But no, he's done some very cool things with this.
Is it going to be the year of the small mod?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, well, we know it is. It's already sort of started last year, but there are lots of people who are getting more advanced in vaping and all going back to what they used to vape like, with stronger, thinner juices, and they can mouth to lung at 10, 15, 20 watts, and they don't need a big battery. I mean, an 18650 on 10, 15 watts will last most of the day, won't it? So.
Yeah.
But no, he made this, and I think it's just cracking. It's nice to see something a little bit different. I believe that's a Scott Bonner block. Probably is. And yeah, just really good, really small, really good. And yeah, nice to see, Matt, from Fine Mods. I think you should put this in your list of mods you make to sell, I think.
That's a gorgeous looking mod. But
Yeah,
his
nice.
hand looks like it has seen better days.
But yeah, he lives in Scotland. You know.
He's beaten the fuck out of what's left of his fingers and his thumb.
He's always climbing up mountains and stuff, isn't he? That's the thing with Matt. But yeah, lovely, beautiful. Really like that. And that's all I've got for you this week.
Very nice, very nice.
I'm afraid that's Mod Showcase of the week. If you liked what you saw, get yourself onto facebook.com and do a search for Mod Showcases. That's our group. If you have a look on there, there's some lovely creative people that make some lovely things.
Lovely stuff.
You'll be happy if you have a look through.
Let's say bye, and then let's try the theatre mode thing, which will crash it.
Cool.
See you next Thursday, Omies.
See you next Thursday. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for coming. Smash that like.
Try
That
something
like.
then. Yeah, hit that dislike button twice and the like button once.
Okay, we love you. Bye-bye.
Subscribe.
Bye.
We're now in speaker view, so whoever talks gets seen.
Ooh.
Bye.
Everybody.
Oh no, it crashed it. We're I'm right.
Are we off now?
Yeah, let's go. Bye.
Oh yeah, they've got.